Pugilism Company, home of the three-piece combos. This is Reed Blackbird Sugar. Well. The worst-kept secret in Dallas has finally been revealed. Errol "The Truth" Spence Jr. versus Carlos Ocampo, June 16th, from the Star in Frisco, Texas. The Star is the practice facility of America's team, our Dallas Cowboys. I say our because that's also EJ's favorite football team. And yours, I'm sure. Homecoming fight. EJ last fought in Dallas November 15th against Alejandro Barrera. But that wasn't affiliated with the Cowboys. That was at a venue called the Bomb Factory. This here, man, the relationship has been brewing between Errol and the Cowboys. It's good to see it come to fruition. Jerry Jones has been wanting to do something boxing related for years. He had 2 Pacquiao fights here. He had Canelo Alvarez here. Jerry Jones has wanted to make something happen in Texas, in Dallas in particular. Now he has a world champion in his backyard. Pugilism Company, hey, we go back a bit in regards to EJ. Known as trainer Derek James even longer. I first wrote about EJ in like 2009 or 2010. And I'm proud to say I've written more articles about him than anyone else. These days, everybody does a pre-fight or a post-fight on him. Yeah, and so do I. But I was writing about him back when he was an amateur. I got articles I wrote about him and Regis Prograis fighting. It was like the 2010 Texas State Golden Gloves final. Him and Regis Prograis. Like, I got articles about that. I got articles older than that. What I know about EJ, especially how competitive he is he grew up in a perfect environment to cultivate and harness his talent into what we're seeing now. He was a 2012 Olympian, so he came up behind a deep pool of talent, especially here in Dallas. We had a bunch of guys in 2008 that were trying to do their thing. We had an Olympian, 2008 U.S. Olympian, Luis Yanez. Charles Hatley was an alternate on the 2018, as was Roberto Martinez. All 3 of these guys fought in the Dallas area. Like, EJ could see and touch these guys. He even shared a gym with Martinez for a brief time. Like, none of these guys were strangers. He could pick their brains. He could watch them work. They were accessible. So, for anyone as driven and competitive as EJ is, that was, again, a perfect environment to take the good, disregard the bad, and meld it into his own thing, which we're now seeing come to fruition. It's cool, man. Everybody's on the bandwagon now. But Pugilism Company, we knew the brother when he had braids. That's what I'm saying, when he had braids. We were there for the sparring sessions against Charles Hatley. We was there for a couple of the Charlo sparring sessions. We've seen it. We've been there, done that. We stopped by and we watched him spar before all of his pro fights. That's just a routine. That's how we get down. And it's a tribute to how down and cool and accommodating EJ and his trainer Derek James are. Like, nowadays, to get in the gym and watch him spar, like, his gym is charging money to people. If you ain't there working out, you just want to hang out and watch him spar, you paying $5 or $10 a head now. Like, it's like that. But they've always shown love, and we hope our coverage of him has reciprocated that. Y'all seen the interview with Jesse Holly. 3-piece combos, like I stated. Articles, podcasts, and videos. 3 pieces. We've covered EJ from the rooter to the tutor. Now, this homecoming, man, it's a beautiful thing. Well-deserved. He's put in his time. He's paid his dues. He's busted his ass, and he's earned his spot. The city needs it. It's been 50 damn years, 50, since a champion from Dallas defended his world title in Dallas. Of course, the 3 champions from Dallas, Curtis Coates, Quincy Taylor, and Errol Spence. Mr. Coates first defended his title in Dallas November 28th, 1966 against Gene Jocelyn. He defended it again on May 19th, 1967 against Francois Pavia. And the last time any champion from Dallas defended his world title in Dallas was April 16th, 1968. Over 50 years ago. I don't care how you slice 50 years, that's a long ass time. You can look good for 50, but damn it, you 50. That's how long it's been. City is excited, man. We are excited. And Ocampos is running into a storm. Like, this is just not a good night. I hope that payday is handsome. I hope it is, man. Hope your medicals is good and all of that. Cause this is gonna be one of them nights. And Dallas will be bloodthirsty. Anyways, we breezing through another podcast. I'm Mr. In and Out. Not gonna keep you long. As reluctant as I am to do it, I'm gonna have to talk in depth about the Triple G Von Smart Erosion fight at some point. I may even give you my prediction earlier than I have been. If y'all noticed, I've been on my prediction tip lately. Pretty close. You might want to make some money. But I want to get into this history for May 1st, because I am the Blackbird Sugar. I want to give you something to think about. Let you know boxing has always been around. We're in a good era now, but there's been plenty of other good eras. Don't get it twisted. On this day, May 1st, 1900, Jack Johnson KO'd Jim Scanlon. If you call yourself a boxing fan and don't know at least a little bit about Jack Johnson, you should be ashamed of yourself. First black heavyweight champion ever. Jack Johnson just flat out didn't give a fuck. I hate to say it like that. He didn't give a fuck. Back in those days, it was literally against the law for a black man to cross state lines in a vehicle with a white woman. Well, Jack Johnson knew this and didn't care. There's one famous story where a cop pulls him over, lets him know, hey, you're violating a law. It wasn't so bad they were gonna arrest him, but the cop did issue him a citation. Issued Jack Johnson a citation. So Jack Johnson, as the story goes, paid the officer twice the amount on the citation. The officer's like, hey, you gave me too much. It's only this amount. Jack Johnson said, no, you go ahead and keep the rest, because I'm going to be riding through this same town on this same road with another white woman. Jack Johnson was so buck wild that they didn't let black fighters fight for the heavyweight title for the longest time. And it wasn't until Joe Louis, like some 20, 25 plus years later, Joe Louis was the second black man to be the heavyweight champion of the world. And by design, he was the anti-Jack Johnson. He was never photographed with white women. Jack Johnson was always, Joe Louis was always in a suit. He was a soft-spoken man, but he never said anything controversial, unlike Jack Johnson. He was packaged. Now, very quietly and solemnly, Joe Louis stood up for his people. Let's not get it twisted. He wasn't a Tom or anything of the sort. Just coming on the heels of Jack Johnson, he had to play his role a little bit different. It was that simple. We need all facets. We need all facets. Everybody can't be militant. Some people gotta be a little less militant. Gotta play that role. Gotta be a little more accommodating. Anyway, May 1st, 1900, Jack Johnson KO'd Jim Scanlon. May 1st, 1914, Harry Wills won a 10-round decision over Sam Langford. This I attribute to the Jack Johnson effect. It got to a point where people didn't want to fight black fighters. So Harry Wills, being a black man, and Sam Langford, being a black man, they fought each other. That was pretty prevalent in those days, blacks fighting blacks. There was even a black world championship because they knew they weren't getting shots. at the legitimate and authentic heavyweight title. On this day, May 1st, 1957, a man by the name of Walker Smith KO'd Gene Fullmer, winning the middleweight championship of the world for the 4th time. Walker Smith is better known as Sugar Ray Robinson, arguably the greatest fighter of all times. They don't have much footage of him as a 47-pounder, which was his best weight, but what they have footage of is plenty. Great fighter. He was the first, I wouldn't say the first, but he was the first modern fighter. You can see, Ali openly admits he borrowed a lot of what Ray Robinson did in terms of in the ring, the footwork, the flash. Sugar Ray was the man. On this day, May 1st, 1983, Edwin Rosario won a 12-round decision over Jose Luis Ramirez for the vacant WBC 135-pound title. And last but not least, May 1st, 2010, Floyd Money Mayweather wins a unanimous decision over Sugar Shane Mosley. That's it for today, y'all. We in you. We out you. Wanted to announce the Spence thing from a uniquely Dallas perspective. Please stay tuned for the next podcast. We'll have more on the May 5th fight, Cinco de Mayo. There's other news and tidbits we'll drop on you at an appropriate time. Home of the three-piece combo, Pugilism Company. This is Reed, Blackbird Sugar. Peace.